teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Out to his left. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
We got 4. Say it. Yeah, fight this.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Lee! Come on, boy.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Shoot. Check 15. Kelly. Don't let Kelly.
Here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Rodgers now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
88. 58, right on. Hey, Charlie. Right, 58, right there. You better bring it. You better bring it. Liz. You know right now, you better bring it. Check. Check 30. Check.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's 2nd down. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. 17-0 our score after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Big stop, let's go. 25. Inside. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
6 guys, check 6 guys. Bang, 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 bang. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Watch safety green. All right. Safety green,
now a first down carry by Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
319. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
He's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Jack!
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
49, check 49. Over.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Push him back. Push him back. Jam. Watch twins. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On second down now, it's Williams. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Ha-ha Clinton Dix, of course, a former Green Bay Packer there on the stop.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. Of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that will get him 1 closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Open man is Trey Burton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. 23 yards, the final tally.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And it'll be Dalton again. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Another chance for Dalton. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Cordero Patterson, as the first half is winding down, as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point hits the left upright, but goes through anyway. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
You don't want this. Hey, watch it, watch it. Right now, you got 58. He's checking.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we have hit halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And Dalton to throw. It's complete to Robinson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's get up.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 50.
From midfield here, Dalton. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connect.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Dalton. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. B.J. Goodson able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. So Dalton now. And this is going to be intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is intercepted. by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Let's get up.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Good job.
Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Andy Dalton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He's got Burton here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, 29 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch out. Inside. Watch out.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw is Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Now Rodgers looking downfield for Jones. And his throw intercepted by the All-Pro corner Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Play action now. Dalton. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Hey, Echo.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton looking deep for Gabriel. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and drop. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Hey, Alpha. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Hey, look. Mike's 50, Mike.
368. Let's pin the mirrors back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton, he's going to go up top for the end. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but now it'll be 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Passing, it's Dalton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to go down again. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Right here.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
You got three down.